You are standing at the edge of everything you've ever known, and for the first time in a long time there's a whisper in your chest that says, "This is not the end, it's the beginning." So listen close. What you are feeling now, the confusion, the impatience, the hunger, is not failure. It's recalibration. It's your deeper intelligence pushing you toward a version of life that matches the frequency of who you are becoming. And if you will allow one simple truth to settle into your bones today, it will change how you move through every room, conversation, and decision. The life you want is not a distant dream you must chase with force. It is a present frequency you must align with. And alignment happens slower than forcing and faster than waiting. It happens when you choose clarity over chaos, purpose over passive drift, and ritual over reaction. Imagine waking each morning like an artist who refuses to paint with colors that don't belong to their vision. You don't need permission. You need practice. And every small practice compounds. The 5-minute breath that calms you at 4 a.m. The boundary you set that protects your time. The single sentence you speak that clarifies what you won't accept. These are the foundation stones of a different tomorrow. Because reality is not built in giant leaps, but in consistent, unseen increments of attention and intention. So we begin with presence. Catch your mind when it argues with the moment, and say to it gently, "I am the observer, not the argument." Because when you become the observer, you step outside the storm and see the map. You see patterns you can change, and reactions you no longer have to feed. Then move into purpose. Ask not what the world owes you. Ask what you want to offer that only you can offer. Think of your life like a unique key, and the world like a set of doors all waiting for that key. What if every frustration you've had was actually a corridor leading to a door you hadn't yet been brave enough to unlock? Courage, here, is not the absence of fear, but the decision to act while fear exists. And in thoughts that elevate you, because attention is the original vote you cast for what returns as reality. And do not forget rest. Rest is not surrender, it is strategic replenishment. The secret reset. Your nervous system needs to hold higher frequencies without burning out. Practice gratitude the way a musician practices scales, every day. Tally 3 wins, no matter how small, and watch your internal atmosphere shift from scarcity to because gratitude enlarges the lens through which opportunity appears and rewires your reticular filter to notice doors instead of obstacles. Now, understand the power of narrative. The story you tell yourself about who you are becomes the architecture of your life. So, edit ruthlessly. Remove the verbs that keep you stuck. I always fail. I'm not ready. I can't. Replace them with commitments that feel true and possible. I'm learning to. I keep choosing. I am becoming. And speak these commitments out loud until they anchor in your muscles and not just your mind. Pair that inner edit with deliberate outer action. Clarity without action is polite daydreaming. And action without clarity is a blown fuse. Marry them. Choose one idea this week that scares you a little and break it down into 14 tiny steps you can complete in 15 minutes each. And witness how momentum compounds. Remember also that your environment is a mirror. Clear your spaces. Curate what you consume. And surround yourself with signals of the person you intend to be. A book that invites growth. A playlist that elevates your mood. A friend who tells the truth kindly. And a schedule that honors your peak energy. When resistance rises, and it will treat it like a messenger, not an enemy, ask, what do you need? And you may find it is boredom, or exhaustion, or a misaligned goal, and once named it loses much of its power. Consider fear again, but this time as a measuring instrument. The things that terrify you are often the things that most amplify your capacity and contribution. Walk toward them with curiosity, and you'll expand faster than comfort ever allowed. Spiritual practice is the engine that sustains this journey. Whether you call it prayer, meditation, breathwork, silent walks, or morning pages. Pick a practice and defend it fiercely, because the alignment it creates is magnetic. Pair your inner work with generosity. Give without calculation. Share without expectation. And watch how abundance returns in forms you couldn't have budgeted for. Help someone who can never repay you, and you will be repaid by opportunities that repay in growth, not dollars. Now, economics matter. Monetize your gifts with integrity. Stop pretending your passion is a pastime, and instead treat it like a product you refine, present, and price fairly. Learn to say no to low-value offers and yes to high-resonance ones. Build offers so crisp they cut through noise, and sell them with clarity and confidence, because people will pay for a clean solution to a felt problem. Network with authenticity. The most valuable connectors are not those with the biggest follower counts, but those who invest in reciprocity, show up, deliver, follow through, and your reputation will compound like interest. Expect setbacks, but reframe them as data points. If you pivot, pivot with information. If you fail, fail forward. Every setback contains a curriculum if you're brave enough to read it. And the smartest people in history are not those who avoided failure, but those who harvested its lessons and kept building. Build rituals for the small wins. Celebrate a completed task. Close your day with a deliberate review and archive evidence of your progress, so when doubt creeps in you can point to an unignorable ledger of momentum. Cultivate magnetic confidence by mastering a few high-leverage skills: communication that persuades, systems that scale, and emotional literacy that connects. These three alone convert noise into traction. Remember that speed is important, but not at the cost of craft. Move with urgency, not haste. Urgency preserves quality. Haste sacrifices it. Guard your attention like a sacred resource. Minimize notifications. Structure deep work blocks, and protect 1 hour a day for creative output without interruption. Expand your curiosity. Read widely, ask better questions, and treat every failure as feedback, not identity. People will be mirror to your growth as you rise. Relationships will recalibrate, and that is healthy. Honor the ones that evolve with you and allow the rest to fall away without shame. Keep financial fitness simple and sovereign. Save a portion, invest in learning, and diversify your streams so you are not hostage to any single contract or algorithm. When success arrives, distributed generosity scales success into legacy. And when recognition fails to come, keep your standards. External validation is a lagging indicator, not the ground truth of your impact. Above all, do not wait for a moment when all conditions are perfect. That moment does not exist. Instead, choose the imperfect moment where you have more courage than excuses, and take the next step. The universe is not a blind judge. It's a responsive mirror. It matches the energy you project. If you show up with clarity, practice, generosity, and disciplined action, the world bends. So every morning before you check messages, check your center, breathe, set an intention. Pick the 3 non-negotiables for the day, and protect them like a CEO protects their board meeting, because your attention is the board that approves or denies your future. Make room for play and wonder. Creativity is not a side hustle. It is the furnace where new realities are forged. Schedule it, defend it, and allow it to surprise you. And finally, measure progress differently. Not only by milestones, but by the quality of your days, the depth of your presence, and the courage of your choices. If you commit to this slow, study alchemy, observe, edit your story, focus your attention, build disciplined rituals, take clarifying action, steward your resources, and give generously, you will be astonished at how quickly the world rearranges to mirror the person you became along the way. So today, choose one micro-commitment, a single, bold line in your day that says, I am shaping this life, and keep showing up. Because greatness is less a single heroic act than 1,000 small, honest choices made consistently. And the life that once felt impossible will become not only possible, but inevitable.